It appeared on July 16th, 2022. Creator name, client error. Nothing about it suggested you should be careful. That was the design. Inside Crosswoods, players found a loading screen. What that prompt was actually doing was feeding Roblox's own chat system a message. One that the player never typed, never saw, and never intended to send. A message constructed by a script running invisibly in the background and sent under the player's account name. In the exploit, the script makes up a lot of graphic and adult content in your name, some of which can't be viewed here in this documentary. The automated system received flagged content attributed to the player and simultaneously reported against that same player. It terminated the account. The whole sequence from joining the game to account deletion took less than a minute. You logged in, you saw a loading screen, and then you were gone. 2 days later, on July 18th, a video was uploaded to YouTube. It showed streamer Clark T1000 joining the game live, following the prompts, and losing his account live on camera.
Not say slurs like that, so I'm gonna have to time out you for like 10 minutes.
No racial slurs.
Yeah, no slurs. Leave the game. I'm fine. Oh. Oh, it's a troll thing. Okay. Oh. Huh? Oh. Okay.
The video spread, but warnings travel slower than the games, and for a lot of players, it arrived too late. Roblox removed the entire game. Client Error's account was terminated on July 19th, 3 days after Crosswoods first appeared. The players who had lost accounts were left with the appeals process, which ran on the same automated system that issued the ban. The appeal arrived. It upheld it. No mechanism to distinguish between content a player typed and content a script sent in their name. Crosswoods did not require a server breach or stolen credentials. A free account, a basic script, a platform that trusted games more than it questioned them, and when the system got it wrong, it had no reliable way to correct the mistake. Before I made this documentary, I searched Roblox condo games on YouTube. Most of the results that came up were not popular. Small channels, some with a few hundred views, some with a few thousand. But there were a lot of them. Censored thumbnails, tutorial-style titles, comment sections full of people asking how to find these games, with replies giving instructions. Condo games have a documented history on Roblox going back to at least the early 2020s. The name comes from the earliest versions, virtual apartments used as settings. It became shorthand for a specific category. User-created spaces on Roblox where sexual content between avatars took place, on a platform whose own marketing described it as the #1 gaming site for kids and teens. The model was documented clearly by Gaming Pirate in 2022. Condo creators exploited a known bug in Roblox's naming system, titling games with phrases like "content deleted." These names caused Roblox's own automated moderation tools to treat the listings as already removed content, making them effectively invisible to the scan. Schlep later shifted to predator hunting content, entering Discord servers tied to Roblox's condo communities as a decoy, documenting adults who initiated explicit conversations with someone they understood to be a minor. Roblox's response to Schlep was to send him a cease and desist letter in August 2025, alleging his methods violated Roblox's terms of service and actively interfered with established safety protocols. Schlep was banned from the platform. The people his videos had documented were not. Not every game that becomes part of the story was built to be one. Public Bathroom Simulator was created by a developer named Tallywowie. It was a comedy hangout game. Players socialized in a virtual public bathroom. Then, the condo community found it. The game's own design became the problem. Not because Tallywowie built it wrong, because the platform's environment meant that any sufficiently popular social space became a viable venue for this. On June 1st, 2025, Tallywowie shut the game down. The stated reason was that the game had unfortunately become a commonplace for malicious users to break Roblox's terms of service. Tallywowie did not wait for Roblox to remove it. Tallywowie chose to close it himself. The community response was largely mourning the game's original purpose. In April 2026, Roblox sent cease and desist letters to some of the largest condo creators, announcing it through Bloxy News. The community had been raising this in public on searchable platforms for years. To understand Carbine, it helps to go back to 2014. Roblox ran an official event called Roblox University. It was an educational initiative, a virtual campus where players could learn more about game development. The building they ended up using was based, almost exactly, on Columbine High School. Active Shooter Studios, abbreviated deliberately as ASS, was a user group operating on Roblox, building detailed recreations of real-life mass shootings and publishing them as playable experiences. The group was led by a developer going by Rorschach. He worked with a collaborator named Skinless. Their most prominent map was called Carbine. It was a recreation of the Columbine High School shooting of April 20th, 1999. Players could take on the roles of the perpetrators. The in-game character models were dressed to match the real killers. The maps were designed to mimic the actual shootings with detailed accuracy. Players could maim or dismember other characters in the experience, and a lot of the NPCs were chanted a lot of phrases said in real-life mass shootings. And at the end of the game, you had two choices: kill all the police or commit suicide. After the group attracted outside attention, Roblox removed their main community. The Carbine game came down. The group also built a map called Rob, based on the shooting at Rob Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on May 24, 2022. The game featured virtual recreations of the school's hallways. An avatar was built to resemble the shooter. NPC characters modeled on children were programmed to hide under desks and play dead when gunfire triggered in the game. Jesse Rizzo, the uncle of 9-year-old victim Jackie Cazares, found out the game had existed from a news report in 2026. He said, "It's like you relive that nightmare again, and then you see it on some video game." Because these recreations focus specifically on real mass shootings, they functioned as an entry point. Players engaged with a detailed recreation of a real event might go looking for more information about it. That search can lead to manifestos, to footage made by the actual perpetrators, to communities built around celebrating those events. The game is not where the pipeline ends, it is where it starts. A YouTube search for Carbine Roblox still surfaces results. The Discord communities did not disappear when the Roblox group was removed. The audience that found these games knows where to look again. The games in this documentary no longer exist on the platform in the forms shown here. They were removed. Their creators were banned, served legal notices, or closed their own games down. The door they walked through is still there. It is the same one everyone uses. And somewhere on the other side of it, right now, something is being built. If you want to support more documentaries like this, liking the video, leaving a comment, or subscribing helps the channel keep going. And if you want to support DocuNamics directly, memberships and Patreon are linked below. Thank you all for watching. Bless you all. Documenting, done.